Isolation and solitude, tricky things. One is very healthy and one tends to not be. They can look very similar from the outside, from someone looking from the outside in, but really the difference between solitude and isolation has a lot to do with your intent. It has a lot to do with why you're doing it, how you're doing it. And solitude can be super, super healthy. Solitude is how we can get refreshed. It's how we let our brain rest. It's how we grieve sometimes, feel sorrow, feel emotions, feel some pain. Sometimes it can be how we celebrate. Sometimes we need that quiet celebration, just with me or with me and Jesus, and just some space to be alone. Solitude is sometimes how we become creative, how we think through things, and how we make decisions and processes. Sometimes when we're overwhelmed, we need some solitude, just some space, so that we can decompress. All of those are really, really good reasons to have solitude. Isolation, however, is a little different. Isolation is when we're intentionally shutting down, when we're shutting off the world, when we're shutting down to ourselves. Isolation is more about avoidance, whereas solitude is more about filling up. Isolation is more about shutting down. And you know what? Sometimes we need solitude. Sometimes even the most extroverted extroverts needs a little solitude. But isolation, that's where you can feel isolated and alone when you're in the middle of a crowd. Isolation isn't necessarily helpful when we choose it, when we use it as a coping mechanism. So I encourage you today, if maybe you have to spend a lot of time alone, maybe it's your situation, maybe it's your health or your finances, or who knows, it's okay. Use it as solitude, use it as a place to grow and a place to heal and a place to rest. Most important, maybe isolation is what you're experiencing. In that case, I encourage you to try something different, to don't just shut down, don't just numb out, don't just hide or avoid, but while you're alone or while you're with people, look for ways that you can heal and ways that you can grow. Move that isolation over to solitude and make it productive for you.